What is up, YouTube? What is up? It is late at night. It is late at night, so I apologize for like the bags underneath my eyes. It was Halloween last night. I was running around with my kid. Woo! I am exhausted and I am tired. But I made a mistake last week because I thought that I didn't have to cover Paris Games Week or do anything about it. And then what do I know? This whole thing Sony comes at us, and I didn't realize it would be this crazy. I should have. Checking all of that awesome stuff and all the communication that they've had for so long, I should have known that this was going to be a freaking gigantic thing. Oops, no clue. It's not like I had no clue. It was just one of those things where it's like I just didn't pay attention enough and realize that this was going to be their Gamescom. This was going to be awesome. So I am only specifically talking about the Paris Games Week stuff that is about the Sony press conference. And that is literally all that I'm going to be talking about today. And so for starting, I'm just going to go down the list of what we're going to be looking at. So first things first, first thing that pops out, they do a sizzle reel, all that other stuff. But basically what we see is we see the Star Wars trailer. In this trailer, we see Boba Fett fighting Leia. I like Leia. That's another thing to talk about. My dad calls her Leia. And I was watching the movie the other day, and some people are saying Leia, or Princess Leia, and other people say Princess Leia. Should have gotten that figured out. Anyway, I like Leia, because Leia, that just seems how I'd spell Leia. Anyway, then you have Han Solo fighting Vader, which, honestly, mismatch right there. All Han Solo's got is a blaster. Vader's just going to block them all, so what's the point? And then you have Luke fighting the Emperor. But there isn't much of that, it's just the Emperor talking evil to me. The thing that they did show and they did emphasize is that they will have the Vader console being launched beside or alongside the actual game release at the end of this month. So that's pretty awesome. Street Fighter V also got their trailer. We're adding Dalsum. He's the yoga guy. He's older now, which is kind of cool. So they actually aged him a little bit, and they actually dropped an official release date, which is going to be February 16th. So those of you guys who are excited for Street Fighter V, boom, there you go. Then they had a little weird thing, like this holy stage thing with Tekken 7. Tekken 7 looks pretty good. They have something going on with the story. It looks to be some sort of a prequel, which is really cool. For those of you who have followed Tekken, I honestly have not. I've always, if anything, I played Soul Calibur. So this is actually a little bit different for me and a little bit odd and whatever. But the fact is that it's coming to VR, which I think is really cool. Check back on this channel later this week, and you'll actually see some opinions that I have about VR and what VR could be that we're just not letting happen. Anyway, teaser for next week. Tekken will be one of those games that will be on PlayStation VR. Battleborn. They showed some cool stuff about Battleborn. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Gearbox. But the problem is that this game, I just don't know what it is. Randy Pitchford, the leader of Gearbox, is basically saying all these cool things about it. It's got a bunch of different modes. I'm going to try it out. I'm actually really looking forward to the beta because of that. But it is exclusive to the PS4. So if you don't have a PS4, which is probably not a lot of you guys, go out and get one. Boundless. This is an awesomely cool looking game. This is a brand new game, something that has been, I guess, teased before. Looks great, and it kind of looks like No Man's Sky visuals, and you're just like holding a hammer. So if you haven't seen that trailer, you're going to see some video right here of it. But I just thought you guys should kind of take a look at that if you're interested in that kind of aesthetic and that kind of view. So check out that more if you're interested into that. I love, transitioning next topic, I love the game Resogun. And the cool thing about it is that Resogun came out when the PS4 was just out and we were starving for just a really, really awesome game. Resogun is it. We're good to go. So this is really awesome. It's an awesome thing to have. But the people who made Resogun, that's my point, are making a new game called Matterfall. So Housemarque's new game is called Matterfall, and very much like Resogun, you see a bunch of particles everywhere, and it's just kind of like robot-looking dude. You'll probably see it here. Robot-looking dude with these arms come out with these particles. Really cool-looking thing. Check it out. I'm sure you guys will really like it, and probably looking forward to that. No Man's Sky has a release window. That's pretty much all that I'm going to say about this. June 2016. Kyle and I have a wager, and I actually don't think it's coming out in 2016. Kyle has been posting on his Twitter. Check him out at KB Cooper. And you'll see that he has been talking about how he predicted it. We'll see when he's actually wrong and I'm right. We'll go from there. Some people call him a VC. Other people call him AVC. He is a DJ, and he's been working on a new rhythm game called Vector. Seems to be some sort of racing game. Looks like it's up to 4 players. It's a cool little sizzle. Check it out right here. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing my face and you're seeing that instead. Something to take a look at. Bloodborne, Old Hunters DLC. Got just a trailer for it, just a brand new trailer. If you're into Bloodborne, you're really happy to see that. Drive Club Bikes. This is very interesting because Drive Club Studios, actually, the studio that made Drive Club, is actually shut down. So who's making this DLC? Very interesting. So it's actually Drive Club Bikes is out today. Just motorcycles, looks really cool, and of course, realistic, just like Drive Club looks. So awesome for them. Horizon Zero Dawn. We got over 7 minutes of gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn. Awesome. The game looks fantastic. I see a lot of things. I can just tell that this game is going to need some work. And so we shouldn't get really excited because it's the same type of vertical slice, same area that we have been seeing. So don't get too excited about it. I actually think this is a 2017 game. I don't think we're going to get it next year. And honestly, take all the time you need, Guerrilla. I am ready for that game. Just take your time. Gravity Rush 2, we just saw basically it looks like the same exact art style. It is coming to the PS4. We're going to see some co-op AI boss fights. So these are not actually just co-op boss fights. According to the trailer, it's co-op AI boss fights. So kind of something weird there. As many people predicted, we did see the Uncharted multiplayer. You get an AI helper that you can call in. It just looks like a really cool spin on a third-person shooter multiplayer game. And as we know, Uncharted multiplayer in the past has been really popular. It's just a kind of more of a niche thing. It's like what people want to play, but you see people like me who are unskilled hopping back into things like Call of Duty. Dreams. So we got the new Dreams. I don't know about this game. Seems to be like a lot of what they really want to do with it and trying to make it cool and pretty. We get introduced to the Imp. Basically, you're just walking through a bunch of levels that people created and kind of trying to figure them out. I don't mind that, but also at the same time, I'm getting to the point where I don't have tons of time to just poke around in the game, and I like to be led a little bit. So we'll see how that works. Then we had Shuhei Yoshida come out, and he came out to talk about PlayStation VR. And if you guys have been following him for a while, he is a true believer in what VR can be and what it will become. So the first thing that he actually talked about was Gorilla Cambridge, and it wasn't really what he talked about, but they showed off rigs. Kind of, and they had these people in helmets. You're going to see the trailer right here. Had the people in helmets looking really good in a 3v3 type of match. Looks interesting. I'm very interested, and that's kind of where I think the implication of VR is going to be, is in that type of shooter. Until Dawn Rush of Blood. This is Supermassive Games' new game. It's for VR only. I don't know why they put the Until Dawn tag on it, because it just doesn't look like anything like Until Dawn, and especially, as you guys know, who have followed this channel for a while, I love Until Dawn. One of the most fun live streams that we have ever had, and it just seems completely disconnected from the effects of the first Until Dawn. So I hope it's good, and I hope that we can just keep them separate, keep them those type of games separate, and then we can have a real Until Dawn 2 come back. Crytek announced a new game. It is called Robinson: The Journey. Obviously, a tip of the hat to the Swiss Family Robinson. This game is absolutely stunningly beautiful. You have a little ghost thing follow you around. I call it a ghost thing because it looks like a non-pointy version of the ghost from Destiny. I'm sure that was a huge disappointment to them, actually. Seeing that Destiny came out with this and now they're stuck with that. So, anyway, really cool, nice, beautiful aesthetic. I know it's a vertical slice. Looks like they have a lot of work to do, but it's nice to see that Crytek is actually working on games and making stuff work for them. So that's really awesome. Battlezone was shown. It is coming first to PlayStation VR, and that's pretty awesome that they're actually saying coming first. It's console exclusive or what have you, or exclusive content. PlayStation is making this very clear about what is in all that. Then they showed a sizzle trailer that shows a game called Valkyrie London Heist: The Walk, which is actually that movie that just recently came out, and they had some sort of sizzle trio for that. And Battlezone again. So really just showing off their sizzle reel. They had some Final Fantasy in that sizzle reel as well. So really interesting to see that they're having all this stuff coming. Shuhei Yoshida said that they have over 200 developers working on VR games, which is really awesome, including Gran Turismo Sport, which was announced. Segue. It will be VR capable. This is what I'm very happy about. The fact that we have stuff that's VR capable. So I can still play the normal way, the way that I always have. But if I want to get more immersed, pull on that helmet and enjoy it better that way. Beta will be coming out to the console next year. We'll see how that goes. Looks like they have a little bit of work, but as always, those games look beautiful. Wild. This game was actually really fun to watch. It's a prehistoric game where people are more in touch with nature, and you're basically, it's the shaman or witch doctor or what have you. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but you go out and you just save someone, and you go and you possess the mind of a bird who sees a snake, and you go down and kill the snake, and then you just go around, and it's just huge open world. And it, once again, gives you decisions about how to attack and how to do things, kind of in a Far Cry style. I was very, very, very impressed with this game. It looks very beautiful. And I love kind of like that sci-fi kind of, you know, not sci-fi, but just like ancient magic type stuff. I think it's really cool. So I'm really excited to see more about Wild. We also saw Ratchet & Clank, the new game based on the movie, based on the game. So it's not so bad. It looks pretty cool. I'm actually really excited for it. Ratchet & Clank, the original, is one of my favorite games. Definitely hits my top 20. Probably not my top 5. Definitely not. But it's really up there. It's a really awesome game, and I hope that we see more of it moving forward soon. Now, they ended the conference with this awesome game that I think looks awesome, which is called Detroit Become Human. Now, in the past, you had to catch it here and there, but there was a tech demo, a trailer demo of a thing called Kara, and she just walked around, and it was just like this awesome looking face and this girl, and they actually have a demo that if you go to the shows of her playing and like becoming this human and feeling like that. This is Quantic Dream's new game, and it looks like it can kind of sneak up on you. But for those of you, those people out there who are just like looking out, not paying attention all the time, this game might sneak by them, and it shouldn't. It looks awesome. It's basically the story about how this girl, Kara, is an android, and she thinks that she is starting to feel like she doesn't want to be a slave to the humans that would created her. And it's kind of an idea of like, these people are treating me like slaves, and you're learning and you're thinking. And it's kind of a weird twist of an idea of like how we make them in our likeness, but we don't treat them like humans. It's a very interesting idea and something to think about. This is going to be a long time coming, but as someone who is a big fan of the city of Detroit and likes Detroit, much to everybody else who likes to bash on Detroit, I love that they brought in landmarks that are in Detroit, all in this game. It looks beautiful, and I also like the idea that if you guys, everyone knows who's in the States knows Detroit's history as a car manufacturer. It's interesting to see how they have it in this game rise again as an Android manufacturer. So really cool. Sorry this video was super crazy long. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed all the little sizzle trailers to kind of give yourself an idea. Please comment below if you want to see something different, or if you're excited, or what you're excited about, or anything like that, or if you just hate my guts and wish Kyle would talk more. So anyway, leave it in the comments below, and we'll talk to you later.